We do want to bring in Shanon Gray, the attorney representing the Goncalves family, to talk more about this. Shanon, thank you so much for making the time tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with the family's reaction. What are their thoughts on the defense's latest attempts to table the death penalty here?
Well, we've always expected motions on this issue. As part of me helping them out through the case, I kind of guide them on what to expect and what's to come. And so these motions are all standard motions that are filed in most death penalty cases, and it's no surprise to the family that these motions are filed. So.
I understand. So the defense just doing its job here. What about them trying to move this out of this county, move it to Boise? How does the family feel about this request? Do they believe that a fair trial is possible in this community, in this current location?
The families always believe that Latah County is the right place to try this case. You're picking maybe 18 jurors out of a population of 41,000 people in that county and surrounding areas. And so it's a good location, someplace that they've always thought was the place to be. And I think, during listening to the hearings last week, I think they were a little disappointed that there wasn't more cross-examination of the defense witnesses in the case. That's the chance, the opportunity to really go after the change of venue issue, and there wasn't much they felt was done on that matter.
The house the murders took place in was demolished in a controversial move, and I know the university wanted to move on. That was their reasoning. What is the family's position? Was anything lost ahead of the trial with that scene no longer standing?
We were fighting that from the get-go. I mean, we were fighting that issue from the beginning, that house should stand. So it was the most important piece of evidence we felt in the case. The layout of that house is a little funky. There's a lot of evidence surrounding the house, vantages, points of view, things that you can hear, how you can hear them, all those types of things that we felt were important to the case. And really was no harm, no foul if you kept it. But the university, thought differently and pursued a different path, and the defense and the prosecution didn't really stand up with the families to stop the demolition of the home.
Yeah, in the Murdaugh case, for example, it ended up being very important for the jury to be able to physically stand in that space. Do you think that something was lost there for this jury in this upcoming trial, not being able to physically see this layout and stand in this space themselves?
Well, the family feels that was a big piece of evidence. We obviously don't know how the prosecution or the defense are going to be handling this case. We don't receive really any information at all about the evidence in the case. But we felt like, just from the outside looking in, that was a massive piece of evidence that was lost by the demolition of the house. So,
with the evidence we know now, what does the family believe about Kohberger's connection with these victims and what happened that night?
Well, we're not going to get into the details of it, but we all think that the family thinks that there's been some connection somehow. We don't know if the prosecution or the defense are going to be addressing that publicly before the trial starts or anything like that. But do they think this was just random? They don't. So that's really their position.
Yeah, they don't think that this was random. With all of these legal developments, how is the family handling the emotional toll of this process, especially with the motions and the delays from the defense?
It's hard for them. It really is. We're waiting and waiting and waiting to get a trial date, and then finally got a trial date, and then the change of venue issues and all of that stuff that goes along with it, the motions, and really the family felt a real missed opportunity with the lack of cross-examination of the defense witnesses in the case for the change of venue. And so, it's always hard. It's hard for them until we get to the trial date, and we'll see what happens and where that's located at. So.
All right. Shanon Gray, attorney for the Goncalves family, appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.